High Potential Season 1, Episode 11 is here. Get ready for a shocking confession and a decade-old murder mystery. Let's dive in. On his deathbed, George Donovan makes a shocking confession. He killed his son-in-law, Barry Johnson, 10 years ago by pushing him down the basement stairs. The case, known as the Bucket Lane murder, had been widely covered in the media at the time, but remained unsolved. Barry's body had been found in a sauna, severely burned, but the autopsy revealed that his actual cause of death was a broken neck. A drop of Barry's blood had been found on George's shirt, but it wasn't enough to convict him. The defense also introduced another suspect, Billy Rose, a known cocaine dealer who had been in the area that night. Despite suspicions, the case never reached a clear resolution. Selena, who had been one of the detectives on the case, never believed George was guilty. Now, with his confession, she suspects he is taking the blame to restore the family's reputation and protect someone else. Determined to uncover the truth, Morgan meticulously reviews crime scene photos. After hours of analysis, she realizes that Barry was never pushed down the stairs. Instead, she believes he was killed in the common bathroom upstairs. She reconstructs the scenario. The killer hears Barry in the shower and decides to use a hairdryer to electrocute him, hoping it would appear as a heart attack. However, the outlet catches fire, leaving behind evidence of foul play. To cover their tracks, the killer moves Barry's body and drops it down the laundry chute, causing the fatal neck injury. That explains how Barry's blood ended up on George's shirt, as George's shirt was in the laundry room. Finally, the killer moves Barry to the sauna to further obscure the cause of death. Morgan presents her theory to the team, pointing out that the bathroom outlet had been replaced shortly after the murder. Selena initially doubts her, arguing that modern hairdryers have built-in safety features, but Morgan counters with a crucial detail. The hairdryer in the crime scene photo was an older model from the 1980s, which lacked those protections. Morgan, Selena, and Cara Deck visit the Donovan mansion to verify her findings. They locate the scorch marks near the bathroom outlet. They drop a test dummy down the laundry chute, and it lands in the basement, sustaining injuries consistent with Barry's. The evidence supports Morgan's theory. Meanwhile, at the precinct, Neda Donovan, the ex-wife of Clark Donovan, arrives with a documentary crew, eager to capitalize on the case. She warns Daphne and Lev that the family will do whatever it takes to protect one another, making it difficult to get the truth. At the mansion, the family is questioned. They confirm that tensions between Barry and George had been escalating, particularly after a dinner where Barry mocked George for always bailing them out financially. Barry left the table after the argument, but the real turning point of the evening was revealed by Neda at the station. Barry had been physically abusing his wife, Heather. During the dinner, when Heather's robe caught fire, her mother saw the bruises, exposing years of domestic violence. The family confronted Barry that night, after which he left the room. Another crucial piece of information emerges. Neda saw Billy, the cocaine dealer, near the house that night, confirming his presence at the scene. A new prime suspect emerges. Morgan pieces everything together but struggles to identify the true killer. Then, Captain Cost arrives at the mansion to shut down the investigation, furious that Selena continued digging into a closed case. However, in the middle of his speech, Morgan suddenly realizes the truth. Cody Donovan, Barry's son, was the real murderer. She explains that Cody, just 15 at the time, knew about his father's abuse. That night, after the family's confrontation with Barry, Cody took matters into his own hands. He electrocuted Barry in the shower, then dropped his body down the laundry chute to stage an accident. Afterward, he calmly returned to the dining room and played Monopoly with the rest of the family, ensuring he had an alibi. The captain argues that a teenager couldn't have orchestrated such a complex murder, but Morgan counters that Cody wasn't an ordinary teenager. He was a prodigy, recruited by MIT. He had the intelligence and precision to carry out the crime. At first, the family refuses to believe it, but then Cody confesses. He says the guilt has been overwhelming, and he had told his grandfather, George, a week earlier that he wanted to come forward. To protect him, George confessed instead. The aftermath: Cody is taken into custody. Because he was a minor at the time of the crime, he will likely serve less than 3 years. The family is devastated. Before leaving, the captain warns Selena never to go behind his back again, but he also acknowledges that Morgan's instincts were correct. The episode ends with Morgan walking home, wearing a police badge, not because she earned one, but because she bought it from a pawn shop. That was High Potential Season 1, Episode 11. What did you think? Let us know, and we'll see you next week.